Assalamu alaikum. Hi everyone. Today's video is on finding a missing radius or a diameter when the circumference is given to us. So here I have a question where I have a circle and the circumference is of this circle is 37.70 centimeters to 2 decimal places. I need to find the missing radius, the length of the radius, and the diameter. So we're gonna first start off by finding out the missing radius. I'm gonna show you two ways of doing this, just of the radius. Now when we have the radius, we know from the previous video, in order to find the circumference, we use the formula C equals 2 pi r. So in order to find the radius, we can make r the subject of the formula. The way we do that is over here, when c equals 2 pi r, this on the right hand side, the radius is multiplying by 2 pi. So in order to get the radius on its own, we have to do the opposite. That is, divide the radius, the 2 pi r by 2 pi, and we do it on both sides. Because an equation is like a balance, so what's done on one side needs to be done on the other side in order to maintain that balance, and that would give us the radius. The 2 pi will cancel out with the 2 pi over here, and you'll be left with a formula where r is equal to c divided by 2 pi. Now for some of you this might be a bit difficult to follow, so it's not really too much of a big issue. We can use a triangle. We have c at the top, 2 pi at the bottom, and over here. So the way this triangle works is if I want to find out the value of c, then I will actually cover the c over here, and that will be 2 pi times r. You see the 2 pi and r on the same level, so I would multiply those two. If I want to find the value of r, I would cover the r, and that would give me the formula c divided by 2 pi, so I can use that as well. So in order to find the radius, I have to divide the circumference by 2 pi. So let's go ahead and solve this question. In this case, we know that our radius will be our circumference, which is 37.7 centimeters, divided by 2 pi, and the value of pi which we are using is 3.142. I'm just going to draw a line so that I can continue here. So my radius will be equal to 37.7 divided by 2 times 3.142, and I'm going to put some dots here so that it carries on, etc. And the value which I should get from this calculation is 6 centimeters, 6.00 centimeters to 2 decimal places. Or I can just leave it as 6 centimeters. And that's how I would find the radius of this circle, have I been given the circumference. In order to find the diameter, I can just double the radius, or alternatively, I can have a slightly different situation here. So in order to do that, I'm going to just rub this all out, and restart with a different formula. Now when we are dealing with the diameter and we want to find the circumference, we use the formula C equals pi d. So we're going to start off with that formula once all of this has been rubbed out. There we go. So here we shall start this again, and so we have C equals pi d to find the circumference if we have the diameter, and we can write this down in a triangle as well with our circumference at the top. This triangle is a bit wonky, but apologies for that. Pi d. Okay, so again, the way the triangle works is if I want to find the circumference, I cover my C, and because pi and d are on the same level, I would multiply them. If I want to find the value of d, I would cover the diameter, I would cover the d, and because the circumference is above pi, so I would divide the circumference by pi. And if you were going to use algebra to make d the subject, I would divide both sides by pi. These two pi's would cancel out, leaving us with the situation where your diameter is your circumference divided by pi. Either way, you will end up with the same formula. Again, our circumference is 37.7 centimeters, and you're dividing it by pi, which again we're using 3.142. We're trying to use the full value, so I'm just gonna write 3.142. I'm gonna leave it with some dots here in order to show that the value continues, and because I've run out of space, I'm just gonna draw a line here. The diameter is also going to be 12 centimeters this time. And that's it, really. That's how you would find the diameter, missing diameter, when the circumference is given. And in the first case, we found a missing radius when the circumference was given. So your radius was 6 centimeters and the diameter was 12 centimeters. Hope that helps. Thank you for listening.